भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatra Tatranja Sayushman. Tatra Tatra
Pungsami kantata shreyas
Anna samshitam manasi.
janna samshidamarahasi. Tatra tatranjusajismam hasi. Ladies are better than lords. All right. Now,
Tatra thereof is Adamasi deserve. Translation. Please therefore be blessed, being blessed with many years, explain to us what you ascertain to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general.
this is the most important. First of all,
This is the most important. First of all,
Sutta Goswami was selected
Sutta Goswami was selected
because he received the knowledge from Vyasadeva
because he received the knowledge from Vyasadeva
and other sages very perfectly on account of his becoming
and from other sages.
he was saintly on account of his becoming. Is that it? We'll find out.
submissive and serious.
on account of his becoming submissive and serious.
This is the first qualification. Now they are asking,
This is the first qualification.
This is the first qualification now. He's asking,
what he have thought the best way of achievement, the highest goal of life.
What is how to best achieve the highest goal of life?
Yeah, what you have got is the best way of achievement of the highest goal of life.
Anjasa. Just make it easy.
Just make it easy. What did we say before?
I didn't get the word before that.
In the next verse, it will be explained.
Something that didn't explain.
In the next verse, it'll be explained. This one is for Maharaj.
Why easy things are required in this age?
Why easy things are required in this age?
Very difficult execution of spiritual life or
Very difficult execution of spiritual life. What was the word before that?
austerities, penance. That is not possible. People are so fallen.
Austerities, penance. This is not possible. People are so fallen
That they cannot accept any severe type of austerity. It is not possible.
That they cannot accept any senior.
severe type of austerities. That is not possible.
Therefore, the yoga system is not at all possible in this age.
Therefore, the yoga system is not at all feasible in this age.
As we have several times discussed,
As we have several times discussed, it is
We have several times discussed it is
very difficult. Jang Niyam, the very beginning,
Something in the very beginning.
it is very difficult. Niyama and Niyam and Niyama, Yam and Niyama. It is in the very beginning.
Yam Niyam, controlling, everything controlling.
It is the beginning, Yama and Niyama.
Controlled, everything controlled.
Not to be licentious, everything controlled. Yoga life begins
Not to be licentious, everything controlled. Yoga life begins. This next one is for Maharaj and the devotees upstairs. Oh, sorry, I clicked an extra button.
yoga indriya samyam. The real purpose of practicing yoga is
The real purpose of practicing yoga is... Mother Mercedes, would you like to do this next one? You can try this next one if you like.
controlling the sense. Our
Controlling the senses.
Haribo.
senses are so strong. We have discussed many times
The senses are so strong. We have discussed many times
that even the greatest learned man
That even the greatest learned man
falls victim to sense enjoyment.
Falls victim to sense enjoyment.
Even the greatest learned man.
And
even the greatest learned man.
even
In the Shastra, therefore, it is order.
In the Shastra, therefore, it is ordered.
Matra sasya duhitrava na viviktyasane vase balaman indiyagrama vidrangsapi karshati. Matra means mother, with mother.
Sanskrit. Matra means mother, with mother.
Sasra with sister.
Sahasra is sister.
Duhitra is daughter.
Hitler? Daughter?
Na viviktasane vase. Never sit down in a lonely place.
Something sit down? Never sit down? In a lonely place.
Yeah, never sit down in a lonely place. This one is for Maharaj, if possible.
Even with your mother, even with your sister, or even with your daughter.
Even with your mother, even with your sister, even with your daughter. This one is for Mother Mercedes.
Balavan India grammar. The India grammar, all the senses.
And the Indian grammar? The Indian grammar, all the senses?
The Indriya Grama, all the senses.
Especially the sex is so strong.
Especially the sex is so strong
That Vidyansati Karsati, even one is very learned,
Even if one is very learned.
very well educated, still he is attracted.
Where is it? Where is the case? Still he is attracted.
Even if he's very learned, still he is attracted. Well educated, still he is attracted.
Therefore, and this is the basic principle of our conditioned life.
Therefore, this is the basic something of our life.
Principle of our conditioned life.
The sex.
The sex.
We are in this material world. Material world means to get this material body.
We are in this material world. Material world means to get this material body.
And material body means subjected to the tribulations of material nature.
This body, our material body means it's subjected to material nature. Material tribulations.
Started with we're in this material body.
This is called conditioned life.
This is called conditioned life.
As soon as you get a material body,
After you get a material body,
As soon as you get a material body. This one is for Mercedes Mataji.
you have to undergo the pains and pleasures of this. No pleasure.
You have to undergo the pains and pleasures of this?
Yes, and then he said, no pleasure,
All pains.
all pains.
You have to undergo this.
You have to undergo this.
This is subjected. Matra sparsha. As soon as you get a material body,
To subject matsparshas as soon as you get the material body.
I think this is subjection. This is subjected or subjection. As soon as you get the material body.
immediately according to the seasonal changes, just like
Immediately, there are seasonal changes, just like
Immediately according to seasonal changes, just like
in London city, sometimes you are feeling cold.
Sometimes there's chilly cold.
in London City.
In London City, sometimes there's chilly cold.
Sometimes you are feeling very warm.
Sometimes you're feeling very warm.
As the season changes, so the material nature will go on changing.
So the season changes and material nature goes on changing.
And because your material body is susceptible to
And because your material body is susceptible to
all the influence of such changes, you will feel pains and pleasure.
Is susceptible to the influence of the material changes, you'll feel pains and pleasure. This one is for Mercedes Mataji, if you like.
No pleasure, always pain.
No pleasure, always pain.
The same warmth is pleasure at some time, and the same warmth is pain.
The same warmth is pleasure at some times, and the same warmth is pain.
At the same time. In summer season,
In summer season,
He said quietly, at the same time. At the same time in summer season.
warmth is not very pleasing, but in the winter season, the same warmth is pleasing.
In the summer season, warmth is not very pleasing, but in the winter season, the same warmth is very pleasing.
So warmth is pleasing or painful according to the seasonal changes.
So warmth is pleasant or painful according to the seasonal changes.
Krishna advised Arjuna that don't be subjected to the seasonal changes.
Krishna advised Arjuna, don't be subjected to the seasonal change.
Agama paina anitya. They come and go.
Sanskrit, they come and go.
Don't be very serious about that. Whenever there is some reverse condition of life, don't
be so serious about that. Something conditional.
Don't be so serious about them. Whenever there is some worse condition of life, reverse condition of life, don't
be disturbed.
don't be disturbed.
Because they will come and go.
Because this serving is coming down.
This one is for Mercedes Mataji.
So our real business is Krishna consciousness.
So our real business is Krishna consciousness.
So how this Krishna consciousness can be developed?
So how this Krishna consciousness can be developed by
the easiest method.
by the easiest method.
Tatra tatra anjasa ayusman bhavata jad vinishtitam. Now, this question is asked from a person who is self-realized.
Sanskrit. So this question is being asked by a person who is self-realized.
Not from a shopkeeper. Tad vijnanatham gurumeva avigache.
Not from his.
not from a shopkeeper.
Here is a guru because he has learned sufficiently from Vyasadeva and other sages.
He is a guru because he has learned submissively from Vyasadeva and the sages.
Therefore they are asking from him, not from him. Ayushman, they are blessing.
Therefore, they're asking from him, I think it's a Sanskrit word, their blessing.
Be blessed with long span of life.
These blessings, long span of life.
Be blessed with long span of life.
Although he was young, still he is asking, they are asking, great learned Brahmin and sages.
Although he is young, they are asking him, beloved sages,
So what you have decided to be the easiest process,
in what you have decided to be this process?
This one is for Mother Mercedes.
to achieve the highest goal of life.
I have no idea.
To achieve the highest goal of life.
Pungsam ekantata shreyas. Ekantata, absolute. Shreyas. Shreyas means
I've missed what the first word was, but Shreyas means, that was the second part.
benefit. There are two kinds of benefit.
Prayas means benefit. There are two kinds of benefit.
One is called prayas and one is called shreyas.
One is called prayas and one is called shreyas.
Prayas means immediately very pleasing.
Prayas means immediately ready, pleasing.
Immediately very pleasing. Prayas.
Immediately. The senses, sense satisfaction.
Immediately, the senses, sense satisfaction.
Very pleasing immediately.
Yes, pleasing immediately.
But shreyas means ultimate goal. Ultimately, just like
Shreyas means ultimate goal. Ultimately, this life.
Ultimately, just like
a child, for him, prayas means he wants to play.
a child at play, prayas means he wants to play.
a child, for him, prayas means he wants to play.
He doesn't want to go to school.
He doesn't want to go to school.
This one is for Mercedes Mataji.
But his shreyas is that he must go to school, must be educated.
And his shreyas means he must go to school, he must be educated.
So that his future life may be secured.
So that his future life may be secure.
That is called shreyas.
That is called Shreya.
So our life, this human form of life,
So our life, this human form of life,
should be used for Shreyas.
Should be used for Shreyas.
It is said, Pungsam ekantata Shreyas. We should not be attracted by the prayers.
He said, Sanskrit, we should not be attracted by the prayas.
Prayers, but modern education is so nasty.
Prayas and the modern education is so nasty.
That they encourage prayers, especially in the, no, not in this country, everywhere.
That they encourage prayers. Something in this country.
He said that they encourage prayers, especially in this country. No, not only this country, everywhere.
That boys and girls are not checked, rather encouraged.
Not only in this country, boys and girls are not checked, rather encouraged.
Encouraged in the matter of immature sex life.
Encouraged in the matter of immature sex life. This next one is for Mercedes Mataji.
Prayers, they want it, online, do it, take tablets and enjoy.
Yes, they want it or won't do it only in India? I'm not quite sure.
Prayas, something like have sex life and take tablets. He was saying tablets like a contraceptive. This next one is for Krishna Bhagavan.
This is dangerous. For this reason, the generation are becoming degraded.
This is dangerous. For this reason, this generation is becoming degraded.
Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna.
We're very glad to have you here.
Because they are not aiming at the Shreyas.
Because they are not aiming at the Shreyas.
They are simply aiming at the prayers, immediate pleasing thing.
They're simply aiming at the prayers, immediate result.
It might have been immediately pleasing. I'm not sure.
They do not know that immature sex life spoils the brain.
they do not know that immature sex life spoils the brain,
Spoils strength. Everything is spoiled.
Spoils brain, everything is spoiled?
It spoils strength. Everything is spoiled.
In student life, brahmachari system is very nice. If he keeps brahmachari,
Student life, brahmachari.
Brahmachari system is very nice.
Brahmachari system is very nice.
if he keeps brahmachari,
without any sex life, then his brain becomes very fertile. He can remember, memory becomes very sharp.
Without any sex life, then his brain becomes very potent, memory becomes very sound.
Bodily strength becomes very solid. In this way, his life becomes very solid.
Bodily strength becomes very solid. In this way, his life becomes very solid.
Our future Srila, but that is not being taught at the present moment.
Our future is Shreyas, but that is not taught at this moment.
But here, the rishis, the great sages, they are asking, Pungsam ik.
Something disease.
these great sages are asking in Sanskrit. This next one is for Mercedes Mataji.
Tantata shreyas. Channa samsitam bharansi. Kindly describe what
All I heard was a bunch of Sanskrit, and then time is just like.
Kindly describe what? This one is for Krishna Bhagavan.
this will accept. This is called inquiry. Everyone should be inquisitive for the ultimate.
That one was pretty hard to hear. What is the Shreyas? Everyone is seeking what is the ultimate? I'm not so sure.
Benefit of life.
Everyone is seeking what is the ultimate benefit of life.
The ultimate benefit of life. The ultimate benefit of life is to stop this repetition of birth and death, old age and disease. That is all.
Ultimate benefit of life is to stop this repeated birth and death, disease and old age.
But they do not know. Then
they do not know. Then
Worship of the Acharya is recommended. The Acharyas and the Goswamis are always well-wishers for the general public.
yeah, the Acharya and Goswami, their business is just like our Acharyas, Srila Goswami. They left their service, big service, ministership.
Just like Sanatana Goswami left his service.
Yes, the Acharyas, just like the Goswamis, Sanatana Goswami, they left their service, administratorship. Sorry, I thought that was the last one.
And by the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they went to Vrindavan.
And by the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they went to Vrindavan. But
what for? Going to Vrindavan and sleeping and eating?
But what for? Did they go to Vrindavan for sleeping and eating?
No, not for that. They, rather at home, they had time to sleep more. But when they went to Vrindavan,
No, therefore they didn't have time to eat and sleep.
He said, no, not that. At their home, they had more time for sleeping and eating, but when they went to Vrindavan,
they were sleeping only 1.5 hour to 2 hours only.
They were sleeping 1 hour to 2 hours.
At the present moment, when a man becomes old, he requires more rest.
Purified more or less?
at the present moment, when a man becomes old, he requires more rest. This one is for Mercedes Mataji.
But according to Vedic civilization, no rest, more work.
But according to Vedic civilization, no more rest, more work.
And this one's for Krishna Bhagavan.
More work.
More work.
Haribo, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This was Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1.1.9 from February 20th, 1973, and we'll continue it next Friday, picking up at 18 minutes into the lecture. Thank you all for joining. If you'd like to participate, you can join us on Zoom. There's a link on Facebook, and we can put the link on YouTube also. Hare Krishna.